Salam aleikum, aleikum salam. Piano, piano, derechito por guardarraya. As we discussed before, these Spanish conquerors, they have their own idea about this African slave, the Bakongo people, or this Congo slave, because they thought that because this slave, they didn't go to a school, they thought they were illiteracy people. However, when we in our days pay a close look into the Palo Mayombe religion, or Palo Monte, and we start analyzing these Patipembas, these spirit magical symbols, we realize of the great knowledge that these black slaves possess. And as we can see in here, the union of the guy arrow with the commission arrow, both together made up what we know as the Impeso Siantoko Pambuensila, better known as the four winds symbols. And that's basically what many paleros in our days, they actually do when they start making, as we referred before, this is the union of the guy arrow with the commission arrow, and these two arrows together made what we already discussed, the Impeso Siantoko Pambuensila, or the four winds symbol. And actually what that's supposed to mean, that when a practitioner needs to draw these magical symbols, have to pay attention where these arrows are pointing out, because these arrows will indicate, will lead, will guide the way for the spirit that is going to be used for the spell, where he needs to go. So actually, these arrows are pointing out geographical positions. So the spirit knows where he needs to go. It's just a pity that in our days we got the so-called expert paleros, that the first thing they said is that they have 40 years or more of experience. But what is really sad at is that when they start drawing Patipembas, they got no clue whatsoever of what they're drawing. Actually, they don't even know how to break down these Patipembas and be able to distinguish each part of the body, or the physical bodies of the Patipembas. Because then we realize that these people, they don't have the 40 years they claim in this religion, but just even they didn't have spent not even a kindergarten year practicing this religion. Worst of all this is that in our days they brag a lot of what they are or what they can do, but actually they are nobody, and they are not able to teach their godchildren the right knowledge to guide them. And unfortunately nowadays, many of these so-called paleros, once they initiate a new person into this religion, as the ceremony of Engello, Huatoco, and after a year and 21 days as Pino Nuevo, new pine tree, they give to their godchildren a set of Patipembas, so that these godchildren, when they get into any problem, they will use these Patipembas to solve their problems or the problem of somebody else. And that is a big mistake, because this new initiate, he have not received any Palo foundation that can protect them. And once they do the spell, that foundation will back them up. And look how terrible is that these new initiate, when they start drawing these symbols or magical symbols or Patipemba, which actually they have these bad godparents, they have not explained them the meaning of those symbols. Once they try to work with these symbols, they get into serious trouble because of the foolishness of this godparent, because of their non-common sense behavior. And that's how these godchildren get into trouble, because they are doing something that they are not supposed to do. So stop the nonsense. This is ridiculous. And I hope I'm giving you this explanation about the Patipembas for anybody who is in the religion that needs some guidance. So this information will guide you the proper way how to use them. Otherwise, you could get into serious trouble if you don't know what you are drawing every time you draw a Patipemba. Because by drawing a Patipemba, you are also calling the forces, the energy, which that Patipemba belongs to. And if you don't know the proper treaties, the proper offerings, and how to summon this spirit, that could backfire to you. As we discussed before about the union of these two arrows, and when we compare the way they were placed together, it's very similar to no other else than the four cardinal points of earth. That actually, when you see the top point of the head of the arrow, will point out to the north position, or either to the south position, or to the east position, or to the west position. And this is very important for the spirit to know that once this person is drawing a Patipemba, this person has to keep in mind, once they draw this spirit magical symbol, where are going to place the top of the arrow, the head, where are going to put the commission arrow, those are the arm of the Patipemba, the lembo. We are going to put the whole body, the whole line of the Patipemba. We are going to place the tail, that it will serve as the feet of the spirit. Mumalo. And why is so important? Because all different parts will guide the spirit. Where to go, where to start, where is the exit, where is the entrance, how I'm gonna lead myself through these arrows, how the spirit's gonna conduct themselves, go through all this process. But if you don't know how to place them properly, this spirit could even get trapped into the sigils. And once he gets desperate, he could return back to you, and not in a good manner. And whatever you try to send out, it could return back to you, and it could harm you. So that's why it's so important to know that these arrows are pointing out different geographical locations, and where you're going to insert the different symbol besides the arrows is how it's going to change the movement, the energy of the spirit that have to travel through these arrows. Because these symbols are subliminal messages that are going to carry the information for the spirit to keep a balance into the Patipembas.